The TA1, a high-value offering brought to you by the direct-to-consumer Emotiva. This is a refresh of the popular TA100, and it looks great. It's a sleek, low-profile design with minimal inputs on the front, and don't worry, the LEDs are dimmable. This integrated, or what some might call a receiver since it does have an FM tuner, has just about everything an audiophile needs. We have Bluetooth 5.0 that supports both aptX and ACC, now integrated into the amp rather than a separate dongle. A Phono Input stage that offers both moving coil and moving magnet, and it's actually really good. So many of the integrated amps on the market have a so-so phono stage where it's almost a must to buy a separate. But this one, I'm impressed and actually does sound very good. We have 3 analog inputs, CD, auxiliary, and of course phono. There's also 3 outputs, preamp out, high-pass filtered out, and a mono sub output. Let's get into the outputs a bit because I think that's one of the keys here. The built-in bass management offered on this is next to unheard of at this price point. It offers a dedicated sub output and also a switchable 90 Hz low-pass filter along with a high-pass output for the speakers. This is especially useful for bookshelf owners who can take the load off these below 90 Hz, allowing a lower impedance and resistance, theoretically delivering output with less distortion. All in all, we get good bass and a great sounding speaker. This will also free up some of the capacity on the TA1's internal amp, allowing more speaker choosing freedom. If you still need more power, the TA1 offers an upgrade path. You can treat it as a pre and simply add an external power amplifier of your choosing, or stick with Emotiva and pick up the matching A2 stereo amp, which boasts 160 watts into 8 ohms. As for the digital inputs, we have coax, USB, and optical. It's equipped with an internal DAC, the AD1955 chip, capable of 24-192. As for the receiver portion, the FM tuner features 15 station presets and a mono mode to assist with weak stations. Not sure how often I will use the tuner, but I still think it's nice to have at the same time. The power amp in this unit also gets a bump over the previous model. It's a class AB, not D amp that outputs 60 watts into 8 and 100 watts into 4. As for the sound, I think it's actually really good. A little bit of a forward sound with a lot of energy up top. The bass has a nice punch, not straight edge sharpness, but still very tight. The mid-range is smooth, but a little more clinical, not overly warm sounding. The treble is pronounced a little more than I personally prefer, but this model also includes tone controls, so the majority of this sound signature can be tailored to your preference. The dynamics were tested with my KLH Model 5 and a bookshelf, the Jammo C93-2. They were both really good. It hits at all levels, producing a nice lively sound character. A few minor details worth noting. You do get a remote for the volume and input control, and they did make some design changes here. It now uses a standard pair of AAA batteries, rather than the inconvenient and sometimes annoying flat watch style. It also offers an independent headphone output. The volume on the headphones is controlled independently. Remember your levels to prevent any unwanted surprises switching between your headphones and your set of speakers. When we break this down, it's hard to beat at this price point, considering all that it offers. You can find other competitors in this range with similar output, but none that offer all of this in one package. A tuner, an actually good phono stage, integrated Bluetooth, along with outstanding bass management. Prices have increased, but Emotiva with their business model has kept this one priced better than the competition. This could be a great all-in-one unit for someone looking to get started without worrying about all the extra separates that often plague a hi-fi setup. I suggest you to take a strong look at this one, as we won't see value like this often. Alright, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See ya.